In this lesson, we'll be learning how to divide fractions and mixed numbers. Our first question is 3/4 divided by 2/3. We're going to apply this rule number 2, which says change divide to multiply and invert the second fraction. So what we do is we keep the first fraction the same, 3/4. We change divide to multiply, and we invert the second fraction, which means swapping the places of the numerator and the denominator. So 2/3 becomes 3/2. And now we apply our multiplication rules, which we've learned in the previous lesson. When multiplying fractions, we times the numerators. So 3 times 3 is 9. And we times the denominators. 4 times 2 is 8. We know that this is a top-heavy fraction, which is also called an improper fraction. So I'll change this to a mixed number by asking how many 8s go into 9? That's 1. We have a remainder of 1, and our denominator remains the same. So the final answer, 3/4 divided by 2/3, is equal to 1 and 1/8. Let's have a look at the second question. It says 4/5 divided by 3. We've previously learned that if we have a whole number, 3, we can easily make it a fraction by putting it over 1. And the reason is this line means divide, and 3 divided by 1 is still equal to 3, so we have not changed the value of our number. And now we can apply our rule. We'll go to rule number 2 again. We're going to keep the first fraction as it is, 4/5. We're going to change divide to multiply, and we're going to invert the second fraction. So 3/1 becomes 1/3. Then we add our rules of multiplying fractions times the numerators. 4 times 1 is 4. 5 times 3 is 15. This fraction cannot be simplified, so our final answer is 4/15. We're going to have a look at another example. Again, I'm going to apply my rule number 2. I'm going to keep my first fraction the same, 5/6. Change divide to times, and then swap over my second fraction. So 3/4 becomes 4/3. Now I'm going to look and see if there's anything that can be simplified. So I'm going to apply rule number 3. Simplify if possible, then multiply the fractions. So I can simplify any numerator with any denominator. So I'm looking at 4 and 6 here, and I know that 2 can go into both 4 and 6. So I'm going to say, how many times does 2 go into 4? I have 2 lots of 2's. And how many times does 2 go into 6? 3 times. Then I'm going to multiply. 5 times 2, 10. 3 times 3 is 9. Then I'm going to change my improper fraction to a mixed number. 9 goes into 10 ones with a remainder of 1/9. My final answer is 1 and 1/9. Now we're going to look at this example. I can see that I have mixed numbers here. So I'm going to go to rule number 1, which says convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 14/5 divided by 2 times 10 is 20, plus 1 is 21/10. Then I'm going to go to my rule number 2, change divide to multiply and invert the second fraction. So we keep 14/5, change divide to multiply, and swap over the second fraction. Then I'm going to simplify if possible. So 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 10 2 times. Then I'm going to look at the 14 and the 21. 7 goes into 14 twice, and 7 goes into 21 3 times. Then I'm going to multiply my fractions. So I have 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 3 is 3. Lastly, I'm going to change my improper fraction to a mixed number. 3 goes into 4 once, with a remainder of 1, and the denominator remains the same. So the final answer for 2 4/5 divided by 2 1/10 is equal to 1 1/3. If you're unsure how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction, you can look at one of my previous lessons and it will show you how to do it. Here are some questions for you to try. Pause the video and have a go. When you're finished and ready for the answers, press play. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for weekly videos and you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook.